All right, everyone. Welcome here to a Wig CPK cast. We have a live cast here today. We have Team Tim on the Legion side, going to be going up against Big Ego Crew here on the Hellborn side. I'm going to be joined by a co-caster today. How you doing today, Ramity? Thanks for joining me, man.
Hello, I'm Fish. Hello.
Mr. Fish, let's go! Fish is hyped. He's been
Yes, yes,
waiting in a lobby with me for about an hour here, but we are finally
yes.
underway. So, time for some Han, man. All right, tell me what's going on here in the draft so far.
I know Dutch just took a shower, so it's very clean. He's very clean,
That's
and
good. It's good.
it looks like three very big ego crew heroes are banned here: Angie, Rally, Moira. I usually see those. We usually see those heroes picked up by Shorkan,
Yeah.
and Electrician is first pick, which is obviously an Imba hero. He always picks it when he can, I think.
Yeah, I
And
agree with you there. Ooh,
and
the picks are starting
Magnus
to
has
pick up a little
response
bit.
pretty standard, and the Kinesis as a response to Magnus is great. If Kinesis can get Lava Surge uh, on his Q ability, then it's gonna be a much better hero already. So I love Kinesis against Magnus.
I agree. Kinesis gets quite stronger once he can attach a lava surge to his kit. Deals a lot of damage with the lifts from the telekinetic control as well as the lockdown from stasis smash.
I
So
do wonder if Imba wants to try an SDR type of carry because he first banned Deadwood or second banned Deadwood in the first banning stage.
Doctor,
Um,
is that what you said?
no, Deadwood. He Imba banned Deadwood
Oh, I
in the
missed the
first banning
first half of
stage.
that. He wants to try something?
Some strength hero as a carry
Oh,
perhaps.
strength here. Okay, that's what I didn't hear you quite
That's
well.
what it tells me because
Okay.
Deadwood is great but not really a first ban type of hero right now.
I agree. I think he's not quite that high value
So
ban, but Volca does play that pretty good. I still don't think that I do agree. I don't think it's worthy of a blind ban. So perhaps having something they want to pick up.
okay, so Aluna, Monarch and Aluna, both great supports picked up here. Aluna is a more aggressive type, so I think we're gonna see something, two or three people in the long lane for Imbaboy's team, because I feel like they already have two supports, so that kind of tells a story, and the lineup's looking aggressive. Meanwhile, Hellborn team has not really revealed any Cards yet.
I'm gonna increase you a little bit per the.
Okay, yeah.
Are you boosted yourself? I'm just gonna throw you on 200. Hopefully that's good.
Okay, yeah.
You're a bit louder now.
I hope my mic is normal. I
You're
haven't
good for
meddled.
me. Um,
Okay,
I want to
in
ask you
before Twitch
something.
chat is say yes.
So the Monarch pick, I find it interesting. I know that Shorkan has talked on prior casts. He does not really like the Monarch as a support. He finds it to be not as good as some other supports in the current pool. But what do you feel about him picking up the Monarch into the Electrician, who's already got the Purge built in for the Chrysalis?
Well, I think Monarch is overall a great hero,
Hmm.
and I think even though Electrician counters, I think two of her abilities. If the Monarch Crippling Pollen is not applied to Electrician, I think he can purge it off teammates.
Yes.
And so yes, I don't quite agree with it picking Monarch into
Okay.
Electrician, but it is still overall a pretty good hero. Even with those two abilities countered, you can still place a lot of wards with your Noxious Cloud,
Noxious Nightcrawler,
and
yes.
it is good against Kinesis because you can remove Stasis Smash with your Cleansing Wind ultimate ability. So in
Yes.
that sense, it isn't the worst.
Yes, she can actually cleansing wind. I was hoping you were going to touch upon it, but this is why I think you picked up the Monarch. It can remove the Stasis Smash and the Grip from the first two picks.
Right,
So in that sense, it is both a counter pick
a
uh
countered
and
pick.
countered in terms of the Chrysalis. So I'm actually wondering if we're going to see Monarch value the Chrysalis this game or value just going points into the Pollen and the Cloud. and looking to play more aggressive with the early game spells
I would like him to just put one in Chrysalis, maybe. Maybe
for
not
that for
even.
the like
Yeah, but
90 burst
for
heal and then just remove it
yeah,
instantly. Okay. Also, they pick up
and
the Tundra, which I feel like that's a hero coupled with Monarch gives you lots and lots of map presence between the bird and the extra wards. And
oh yeah.
if they were expecting Tundra to be picked up by the Legion side, the Monarch would counter that ultimate as well. The Avalanche, another really single target heavy disable, similar to the Electrician and the Kinesis, where Monarch really shines with the Cleansing Wind.
Ah yes, indeed. I remember uh back in like 2 years ago when this combination of heroes were picked up, it was just like absolute map control. It still is quite a good map control, but I think Noxious Cloud got a bit nerfed with the wards.
Yeah, the vision is a bit lower than from some time ago in the past. Um,
Oh,
let,
looks like an experiment topic.
yeah, let's talk about the bans really quickly before we finish off the draft. So we got Malik and Hammerstorm and Sandwraith banned out by Legion. Master of Arms, Swiftblade, and Ravenor going to be banned out by Hellborn. Does anything really stand out to you here, or is it just six carry heroes, both teams needing a pick, and these are the ones to get rid of?
Hmm. I do understand the Sandwraith and the Hammer ban. Actually, all three heroes are kind of Dutch heroes banned by Imba Boy.
Hmm.
That is pretty much it, and they're missing their carry. And by Shorkan, I don't really see a pattern, so I can't comment on it.
Okay, the one I think Moa and Swiftblade being strong tri-lane options, and then Ravenor is just I think we saw Team Tim play Ravenor in a scrim earlier in the week where they actually had a pretty strong performance in that game. Actually, it was against Big Ego Crew as well. I remember it was the game Dutch played Gemini, and he actually threw that game kind of hard.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
So the
yeah.
Ravenor, I believe, finished on a really strong performance, but I I just don't feel like Ravenor, despite having that one solid performance, is that like top tier meta carry hero. I do feel like he's not, he does get outshined by lots of carries in the current pool, but
Yeah, if anything, you could run it as a secondary type of carry option,
yeah.
but then his initiation is not that good. Okay, so
So,
in the end, we get Belphegor, Clangs, and
hmm,
Mageban Sulfuris.
yeah. So what do you think of
Last,
those final picks here as we shape up the two drafts?
I suppose the Belphegor kind of explains the Deadwood first ban, but
Okay, yeah, perhaps.
mm, maybe, but it's not too good. But I guess together with Electrician, who also doesn't want to be punched, it's alright. And Imba Boy obviously very comfortable on Clank, so that as a carry option is I think still standard for them. I think the experiment here is gonna be the Belphegor for them.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, I don't see maybe Shorkans. The last two picks for Shorkan are pretty standard. They tried the Mage Bane already once, and they did surprisingly well in a
Yeah,
try versus.
I agree with you on that point. I am still not sold on Magebane. I do feel like similar to Ravenor, but maybe even a bit worse. I feel like Magebane is really far down the carry.
Tier list.
I'll call it the meta carry tier list though, because I feel like it's more so the meta than the hero per se. Because the hero, once he gets to his um, point where he comes online, he is quite strong. I just feel like it's getting there that's the issue. The meta just being very aggressive right now, and if you know played correctly, I feel like it's really hard to get Mage Bane to come online before the game comes to a result. But they're gonna try it here again, and
Yeah.
back to this Hellborn lineup. This lineup overall kind of strikes me like a old meta, like 2016 with the Tundra, the Monarch, and then the Lord Self Forest when he was at the
Hmm.
peak of the meta. I don't know if you remember, but Lord Self Forest used to be like first pick blind band material, several years back, and he was like so strong, and he still is today, but not quite on that same level. And with the Magebane as well, I mean, Magebane has had his periods of being at the peaks of metas for sure.
Yeah, it's ups and downs for Mage
Yeah,
Bane quite a bit. Either it's like super good,
it's
great as tier
yeah,
carry, or like not even useful.
Yeah, I mean, there was a meta where if Mageman got his cleaver by a certain time, he would just take over games. Like, you wouldn't be able to catch him, you wouldn't be able to kill him, and he would just snowball out of control. But we don't see that in today's meta. But
Indeed.
back to the Legion's lineup, I mean, the Balfagor, I feel like against the Magebane, like, if they miss the timing here, the Balfagor could really punish this greedy carry pick coming up from Big Ego Crew. Balfagor is a hero that you do need to start addressing at the 10 to 15 minute mark where he starts rolling down your towers, grouped up as five. Do you think that's going to be a problem for Hellborn this game?
They do have Lords of Forest and Thundra in the same team, both great at counter pushing. Um, in case um, creep push comes to towers,
Right.
and also Lords of Forest I think should do fairly well if it's put in a 1v1 versus Belfagor, which I'm not sure it will, but I do believe it's gonna be Sulphurus versus Belfagor mid. So I
Okay.
think the Sulphurus should do fairly well there, but I haven't really seen too many Belfagor lanes, so maybe Huge Soul will show us some hidden potential in the laning of Belfagor.
I
Uh,
agree with you completely. I think Lord Sulfuras in a melee one versus one, he's just very, very dominant. He has the Dark Lord's presence doing constant damage, and then he's just so tanky with the life tap and the more certissimo as he starts to level that spell up, stealing regen as well. Balfagor a hero that does like to build into some regen, more notably a Shaman's Headdress into an eventual barrier idol, and being able to just steal that region and add to himself makes it really hard to bring him down.
I do think also if Sata plays it correctly, I think one hero will not be enough with the Belfagor to gank him. I don't think Sulfuris dies to just like an Aluna and the Belfagor, unless obviously harassed previously.
Yes, I agree. He's
Sulfuris is
very
kind
hard
of hard to
to.
keep low
Mhm.
as well, so I don't think he can be ganked with just one hero rotating. And I'm scared for the Legion team maybe trying too many times and then wasting a lot of time, but we will see. I'm really excited to see how this Belfagor plays because I haven't seen Kevin play Huso play this hero yet.
So let's talk about the overall lane setup. We got Magebane, Monarch, and Magmus. So Big Ego Crew doing what they like to do when they run a more passive carry is start off as a tri lane and just kind of get him a good start. And we're going to see Team Tim start off with a dual lane of Kinesis Electrician, where Kinesis will spec the lift. He will try to hold the creeps and eventually try to, I think, throw them into the camp. But we're going to see Big Ego Crew block that camp very wisely to prevent that from happening. We'll see if they can get the lane control. Already some pressure coming out onto Kinesis, a stun from Magnus
Oh, it could be
into
that.
a crippling pollen, and that's going to be enough for a bloodless kill. So we will have the kill right away onto the Kinesis. Too much damage coming out from the supports. Um, and then we already talked about the mid lane matchup quite extensively. We have the Tundra going one versus two against the Aluna and the Clanks. What do you think's going to happen down here in the bottom lane? Do you feel like this is a lane where Tundra should get completely boxed out, or do you feel like he can get um, some experience down here and cause any kind of disruption for the Clanks lane?
I think that with that laneward plays, the Thunder should be fairly boxed out.
Okay.
As long as Soul blocks that camp, the pull camp for Tundra, the medium camp, he should not really get anything here. But I do think, oh my god, the copy pastas are being released.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just kind
I,
of tune it out. But yeah, continue.
I do think the Aluna perhaps should rotate to the top lane because right now they're kind of set up to lose 2 out of 3 lanes, and
Okay.
with the Magebane, I still feel like Magebane is not that strong of a laner. So I feel like they could win the try versus try lane if they try now. The Bloodlust kind of influences that a little bit, but I still think they could try and uh, and win that lane. So I hope maybe Aluna gets a head start to Clanks and perhaps ports to the top lane in about 1 or 2 minutes. That would be. I think the Clanks could handle his own against the Tundra,
Okay.
and that
Um,
would be my train of thought.
yeah, I could see something like that happening. Clanks in a one versus one could do okay. I mean, I think it is scary to give Tundra uh like a pure one-on-one matchup. so maybe they do want to keep the Luna down here a little bit. But at the same time, if Magebane does get shut down, then Clank's being on lower than expected GPM could be just fine as well to have them both be on a even playing field. But what was I gonna say? How would you like Tundra to scale this game? I was almost kind of toying with the idea of him putting more points into the minions and then just trying to be really annoying to the Aluna and the
Um,
Clanks, but I don't know if he's gonna do that. He might just value maxing out the piercing shards because, as you pointed out, the eventual push from the Balfagor will be coming at a certain point.
uh, yeah, I think both options are viable. I still would like him to go piercing shards for some burst, uh, maybe possible ganks in his lane. But he might be in some trouble here as
Yeah, this could be a kill for sure. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a kill. So Clank's wisely coming over here to assist for a kill. Not sure if he missed too many last hits for that or not, but gets
they
the
do lose
they
lane
get the
control. I
kill.
think they gave away the lane ward by this because he was kind of sneaking out.
Hmm.
He was trying to get into a different position, but Aluna was just following him all the way. So maybe they gave away the lane ward, but he's got lane control, so this is what we call tactical feed. He's
Yeah,
gonna get
and the support got the kill. It could have been a little bit worse, I think, if Clanks picked up the kill.
top lane electrician's getting gone on by
Yep,
3 heroes.
that's
He's
gonna
gonna
be
die.
it. That's gonna be a kill. So double damage in there on Monarch. Do you like Monarch going for the Grave Locket with the Bloodlust, or would you rather seen the boots?
I would have rather seen the boots because Monarch is a good ganking hero, and look, he's moving mid lane now, and
Yeah,
well,
this
I think it would give him an advantage if he had the boots right now, but I think they're gonna get
still
the kill
got that
anyway.
double damage activated. That's a huge rotation coming in for mechs, as Lord Selforce had enough mana for a life tap, and that was all they needed. The double damage from Monarch, you got a couple of hits in there, and too much for Balfagor to deal with. By the way, that's Mech's ganking huge soul, so just
He's not.
thought I'd point that out there because Mex is Kevin's kryptonite. I think it's worth pointing
um,
out.
yes,
I could
Kevin
just
is
hear Huge
fuming.
Soul's voice. Fucking Mex ganking me.
Yeah.
And he's even gonna find the D ward here on the river ward here placed by our Legion side. So Max is actually 2 and 0 to
Oh,
start things off. Some nice body blocks with the minions coming, and here comes the grip from Electrician. Is this going to be a bloodless skill? He's got the 2 points in the Chrysalis, so he's going to prevent a lot of damage. They're looking to turn this around onto Electrician, but here comes the Regurgitate from Balfagor. Balfagor will get the 1 kill, but they will exchange for the Electrician, so it ends up being a 1-for-1, and they will fall back as the tower will force them to retreat there. But 1-for-1 as they get a kill onto the Electrician. That is a
they're
farming
almost on
Electrician though,
plane.
so I think it's safe to say that's a decent trade for the Monarch. Or itself Force
Fair,
gets a regen rune there.
but Monarch has 3 times the GPM of the farming
That
electrician,
is
so
true. He was worth 286 gold versus the 142, but another Veiled Rot from Monarch here. He picks up a Wind Whistle as well. Tundra picking up the level 4, so he's got some XP. Gonna try to bait something out here. Are they gonna be able to set up a kill though is the question. Tundra is very low.
oh,
Meanwhile,
I didn't
I
catch that.
missed that one completely. Kinesis gets caught in the top river area.
Okay,
Magebane.
they're going again.
Magebane actually rotated in for that kill. That's surprising. Aluna's gonna go down here. Clank's taking some pressure as well. And man, Mex is just everywhere so far to start this game number 1 off. Setting up kills in all the lanes.
Yeah, so I think Max is one of those players that just under the radar, he's doing so much for his team. And you
Yeah, we're
could
gonna have
see
Kinesis
already
steal the Crippling Pollen here. Monarch could be in some trouble. They rotate the Kinesis down here, so 3 players here. This will be a kill onto Monarch. Or will it? The bang
yeah.
should take him out. No, one
Ah,
more hit. Aluna could
Luna's
easily take
ahead.
this kill. They're just trying to give it to
Oh
the
my god,
Clanks, I think.
please. Okay, he walked into
Kinesis
him.
will take it. Yep, they were trying to get the Tundra as well, but he has the Marchers, so a little bit too slippery. Grip in the top lane coming out, and Mageman taking a lot of pressure.
Looks like this is gonna be a quite action-heavy game too. So I still wanted to talk about the double damage gang, but we're like 3 actions after that already.
Yeah, and funny enough, the Lord Self-Force has put more tower pressure than the Balfagor, which I think that's due to the ganks though. Coming in, the
Due to gank
rotation's really
and the
setting the
Sulfuris
tone.
has better lane wave clearing abilities early on than Belphegor, so
Like now he's up in the top lane. He's shown himself in all the lanes so far. 6 minute rune
Max,
will
yeah.
spawn. Top, it's a haste rune. And Shortcan's gonna camp that one on the Magnus, so they might even be able to get Lord Self-Force both the runes. So that's excellent rune control coming out from Big Ego Crew.
He did pick up the haste, so Lord Surfer is not getting that one.
Okay. See if they try to set something up here on the electrician, perhaps. Magnus will show himself on the Rev over there to destroy the other Rev.
By the way, I think Belphegor's creeps give Lord Surforis more health regen if he uses more his Q ability more Certissima, right?
Yes.
If he's surrounded by Belphegor creeps, then he
Here
should
comes a
health
grip as
regen.
Magebane dives the tower. Port comes in from Kinesis, but here comes a Lava Surge into a crippling pollen. Here comes a Mana Rift onto Electrician. It's not going to be enough for a kill, but Kinesis, the auto attacks from Magebane are doing some big damage there. He hits him down, gets credit for that kill. So Magebane, he continues to be the top farmer in the game, sitting on 424 gold per minute. He's actually going to last at the tower there, and he's now up to 480.
They're trying to dive the
Oh,
Tundra.
bottom lane, yeah. Cold Shoulder comes out onto a Luna. Is the port going to be in time? Doesn't look like it. Magnus will just yoink the catapult, kill, and perhaps call it a day. Tundra is getting very close to that level 6, though.
They were just kind of intimidating Wilka there. Soul walking behind the tower, just looking at him, not attacking because he would attract our aggro that way.
Magnus
But
is looking for an angle here on the stun. He might catch a Luna, but are they going to go for it is the question. The bird not giving them the greatest vision there. A little bit surprised they didn't go for the Luna there.
I think Wilka was telling Shorkan that he's 6 in like 2 creeps. And then Shorkan was like, okay, let's go, you're getting those 2 creeps. And then he didn't end up.
Yeah, he's level 6 just now. But yeah, here comes Sate taking out the jungle stacks. I feel like every time we see Lord Sulfuris mid lane, this is what we end up seeing.
And
They
those were, I think,
rotate
stacked
into
by
the jungle.
Max too.
Yeah,
It
so
was amazing. He
excellent,
ganked everywhere.
excellent
And
stacking. Yep, it's the little things that add up.
And he's above 400 GPM now, just a bit below the mage.
Here comes the Undying onto a Balfagor. Now we do have some return pressure. Hell on Neworth comes out, and they are going to take out the Magnus. Balfagor will end up falling. Will they be able to get a return kill? It looks like the grip not available just yet, so it ends up being a 1-for-1. And that was a 3 versus 3 engagement. So they lose the support for the Balfagor, better exchange for Big Ego Crew. But meanwhile in the bot lane, they did use the Avalanche with Tundra. Tried to get a kill, I believe, on the Aluna, but he survives with around 10 life. And
Yes.
he will live to tell the tale to his buddies about how he killed Volca in the bot lane. But yeah, Clank's safe to say he's gonna go for the Thunderclaw this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I don't see an item option.
I believe he needs 2 more pieces for that. Maybe 1. Picks up the glove and the alacrity band, so it still needs the Vault Stone and the recipe.
Looks like the Belfagor, well, he's doing alright, I suppose, for how many times he's been ganked. His creep score is 38. It's okay. He's not doing bad. But I'm excited to see what impact he brings now to the table. Now that it's mid-game, basically. Another haste rune, top rune. This time the Lord Surfers is gonna get it. And perhaps another gank. Looks like the Legion team's out of bosses.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the idea of so yeah, you talked about the Aluna rotating top at the start. What do you think of the idea to tri-lane the Clanks and send him top against the mage main tri-lane and run something like a Clanks Aluna Kinesis tri-lane? Do you think that would have worked out for them? And then just send the
um,
Electrician versus the Tundra 1v1?
think yeah, that would have worked out. Although, again, we've been surprised by Mage Bane's winning lane, trying try versus China yesterday. So I can't say for sure they're gonna win that lane because they were supposed to win the lane yesterday too, and they didn't. But
Right, but I do feel like a Clanks tri-lane with triple range should do quite well, especially since they could get a Lava Surge on the Kinesis. So I'm actually quite surprised they chose to not lane that way. Um,
that could have worked out, yes, because that I do think I still think that they should win that lane, yes. Uh, I was just ready for surprises. And then the electrician would 1v1 the Tundra, which I suppose would do fairly even,
or
at
even
least.
sending the Electrician against the Lord Salforus and the Balfagor against the Tundra might have even been a little bit better for the Balfagor. Electrician, I would say, is probably a bit better with rune control than a Balfagor. But
Yes,
yeah, I feel like Team Tim could have perhaps laned differently this game. Now it is hindsight, of course, but at the same time,
we
uh,
did call it not hindsight as well. So,
though, isn't it kind of expected that the Mage Bane would more likely than not go to his own short lane?
yes. I think we did call it before the lanes were done. Like when Aluna was bottom already, and we talked about how he should be top. I think that's still not hindsight because they haven't been behind on the lanes yet. They just were laning that way. So I do think we call it in time still, but it doesn't really
Mid
matter.
lane, Balfagor going to get Lava Surge stun. Here comes a counter Lava Surge from Kinesis. The hell on Newerth from Balfagor as he sit with an Undying. But hasted Lord Salforus, he's leading the front lines and he will get this kill onto Balfagor. And it looks like that will be the end of the engagement. So Balfagor now dies for the third time this game. Salforus
Oh, so
isn't done
first
just
he's
yet.
not
He's going
done.
to find Kinesis. Now the Lava Surge is going to stun him up, but he's got 5 more seconds on the haste rune. He does hit the Morse Artissimo. Here comes a life tap, and it will be enough for the kill. He gets the onslaught streak. So 6 and 0 on the Lord Salforus. So both him and Mageman are tied up there at the GPM charts at around 460, 65 gold per minute. And
Yeah.
Clank's a little bit behind there at 400, but here comes a Veiled Rot Magnus. They're trying to set up a kill. Clanks will get himself the distance to the tree line. Aluna in some trouble. Crippling Pollen was actually disjointed by the Deja Vu. A huge play coming out from Aluna. The Cleansing Wind will remove the disables there, and they will use the Avalanche, but they're going to use it just to fall back. So nobody ends up dying there in this fight. Some pretty big plays coming out on the side of Team Tim as they avoid some ganks. And we're gonna see yet again another pause, unfortunately. Maybe we should have replay casted this game. We could have just
Skip pauses.
skedaddled the pauses.
Yeah. Wish we could do that in live cast. Just unpause.
I'm gonna try replay underscore auto skip pause one. Oh, it didn't work. We're still
Damn
sitting
it.
on a sitting on a frozen screen, unfortunately. But Clanks, I believe he's about to pick up the Thunderclaw. If not, he needs about another 600 or 700 gold to finish it off. So he's really close to the Thunderclaw. Magebane, on the other hand, he's how far is he away from the cleaver? He needs about what, 800, 900? So this should be about a 13-minute cleaver, unless we see some towers end up falling, which don't think we will. So the Clanks and
Yeah.
the Magebane are uh, gonna get their farming items around the same time, but at the same time, this is kind of troublesome for Legion because A, the cleaver takes a lot longer to farm, right? Being a more expensive item.
Mhm.
But B, the Magebane is going to out farm the Clanks, I believe. I mean, having the flash, being able to blink from camp to camp, he should be able to farm much faster than a Clanks. So
Yes, indeed.
I do feel like that is kind of troublesome for Team Tim.
Well, at least Clank didn't die in this game, because if he died, it would be their last shining star going down. Because
Hmm.
they don't have a lot going for them at the moment. I
Tundra, he
would
could
like
be
to
in some
see.
trouble. The bang is going to miss. The second one also going to miss, and they're not going to get in range for any stuns, unfortunately.
Yes, I would like to see them getting a tower or two on Legion right now with their Belphegor, perhaps. They
Mm.
have ultimates on all abilities, all heroes now. So,
Yeah, and I think
um,
having the avalanche on cooldown could have been a good timing for them, but they are not really interested in grouping up with the Balfagor.
it
But
seems like
but
at least.
level 11 on the Lord Forest, I do feel like it's going to be kind of hard for them to fight into him right now, as he's got the Shaman's Headdress, and he will more than likely upgrade that into a Burial, as I uh, I know Sate likes to go that route, and I think for good reason. The idol will be very good this game against the Balfagor specifically, giving everyone that magic
It will be
shield.
excellent.
So there
And
goes
they
the
do have a
tower.
beating bot.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's good at least. I do feel like Hellborn could have defended it, but they killed Futsal instead in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Perhaps for personal reasons.
Not sure,
Who
but they
knows?
did lose a tower in the bot lane, so Planks now has his Thunderclaw, but I believe Magebane just purchased this Cleaver, and he will continue. There it is to
Top lane?
keep farming. Yep, the stun comes in from Magnus onto Kinesis, but a grip comes out. Mana Rift to cancel that. Here comes a Stasis Smash. A beautiful cleansing wind to remove the Stasis Smash immediately. And will they look to turn this one around on the Clanks? He is going to fall here as Lord Forest comes in. A Magnus Lava Surge comes in onto a Luna, and it is disastrous for Team Tim. It's a hat trick for Magebane, and he just picked up his Cleaver. That is very, very troublesome now, as I pointed
Not
out for Team
this.
Tim. I mean, this is a mageman who really isn't that scary just yet, but he's gonna start to get to that point with, just picking up his cleaver and getting a hat trick on top of it.
Oh yes, it looks like Hellborn is running away with it at the moment. I hope Legion can do something to even up the score or the GPM charts, because right now they're getting a bit run over, and they will have to deal with the Salt Forest first, because that's the more imminent threat right now. The Mageman is
Yeah,
gonna be strong in about 15 minutes maybe, but
yeah.
he's gonna be really strong in about 15 minutes.
I think even maybe in 10. I think if he can get the Geobane by 25
Oh
minutes,
yeah.
he's gonna be really scary. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what Clanks decides to go for as his next item. Um, what items he values this game.
It's a tough item choice, because Shrunken's tempting because they have a lot of uh, magic damage and magic lockdown and Hellborn.
Yep.
But Shrunken, as right away after your farming item, is always a bit bitter. And Electrician's dying in the top lane to Undying and Magebane.
Oh yeah, he's dead. Another haste rune on Lord Forest. I missed that completely, but that's the third haste rune I think this game that we've seen Big Ego
Yes.
Crew pick up. Two on the Magnus and one on the Magnus and two on the Lord Forest.
Yeah, they're a bit lucky with runes, but they are also good at picking them up. So luck favors the one who tries. In the bot lane, Thunder's getting jumped on, and the retro will finish him off.
Yep, he will go down.
Stasis Smash was used. No Monarch to cleansing wind it. Meanwhile, Monarch is stacking the jungle even more, so farm
Here
grows.
comes a silence on the Magnus. Are they gonna have the damage? No mana on the Balfagor for Hell on North, so Magnus is going to be fine for now. Here comes a grip onto Magebane as Balfagor gets taken on really low. He's going to survive. Magebane blinks in onto the Illuna. The auto attacks are going to take him out from the Monarch. And will they look to pursue more? They have Invisrune on the Lord Forest. Here comes the Barrier Idol. Magnus will stun in. And here comes the Hell on North, but it's not going to be enough for kill. Chrysalis will prevent some damage, but Magnus will fall. And now Electrician is going to get auto attack down. Those auto attacks dealing so much damage with the mana combustion. And now Clanks is going to get knocked off his flight, but it's not going to be enough for a kill. Balfagor, or no, that was Kinesis, excuse me, goes down in the background to the Tundra, and Big Ego Crew is just a bit too strong now with that Barrier Rattle picked up, making everyone a bit more tanky to that Hell on Neworth. So they're going to take out the tier 1 tower here.
And Magnus has his peak after this mid tower as well.
Yes, Magnus is going to pick that up. So that is a big pickup for them. 17 minutes now. Magnus is going to come in. They're going to pick off the Aluna here. A domination streak coming out for Lord Self-Forest. Here comes the stun onto the Clanks, and the Morse Certissimo will snipe him out. It's a champion and newer streak now for Lord Self-Forest. There's another Lava Surge coming up in 4 more seconds. Balfagor could be in some trouble. We have Veiled Rod on the Electrician. The silence from Balfagor comes out, but here comes a 3-man stun from Kinesis with the Lava Surge. Stasis Smash onto the Chrysalis Tundra. Will they be able to turn this one around? Electrician is going to fall, and the Eruption is going to take out Kinesis in the background. Hell on Neworth is trying to get some kills as Tundra, he is going to fall. Monarch, is he going to be the next victim? The Regurgitate is going to get the kill. It's a double tap for Balfagor, but he will end up dying. And another double tap coming out for Lord Self-Forest as he is now on an 11-0 streak. So I believe it was a full genocide in favor of Big Ego Crew, as they only lost both the Monarch and the Tundra in this fight.
No survivors indeed. They just respawn fast because they're level 7.
And by the way, while this is going on, Dutch Ownage was up in the top side of
Oh
the
yeah.
map, just split farming away. He took out the Ancients. He didn't push the tower, but I believe he put some pressure there on the tier 2 tower.
3,000 gold saved up by Sulfuris. What do you,
Yes.
what does he buy? Do you know? Is it the monk?
Um, I believe he likes to go items like Frostal Skull, and also, well, he's
Ah,
gonna pick up a portal key here, which honestly that's not a bad option considering the spot that he's in. He's really farmed, so being able to just blink on the clanks, I suppose, is the thought process there. But I do know he likes the Frostal Skull, and there's another item I was lost my train. Maybe like a Frostfield plate, but I suppose
mm-hmm.
not feeling that it's needed just yet.
Mage Bane broke 600 GPM now. It's gonna have that geometers even earlier than 25 minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna clean up these ancients. He did pick up the Whispering Helm previous to the Firebrand, but he's gonna clean these up here, and he's gonna be sitting on 2,000 gold, so only needing 900 more for the recipe.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Legion team can do at this point because the Hellbird team has kind of ran away with this game now. The Clank's not farmed enough. He is decently farmed, but he's died twice in the last 2 fights, so
Hmm.
he's not a shining star anymore. He's kind of like a dimmer kind of star. And the Belfagor is still holding 300 GPM, but he's not progressed an item yet. So can't say he's doing the work that's needed to be done to turn the game.
Alphagor, he's gonna be in some trouble here. He's gonna go for the port, but Magnus is going to stop that, and this is going to be a dead Balfagor. One more auto attack, Mage Bane. Actually, Magnus will get credit for the kill.
I suppose that was worth it for the tower. Because they get a lot of gold from the tower kill. Sneaky ward placed by Max in the Legion jungle. Hopefully they can find it because that gives a lot of interest. Oh, meanwhile, Mage Sulfur's doing Sulfur stings.
Yeah, Electrician gets caught. That's the 12th kill now. Magnus gonna find Kinesis on this ward in the mid lane, and Kinesis is going to fall. The double damage rune on Lord Self-Forest with the portal key causing way too much trouble.
13, are we gonna
I
see 2
I
more?
honestly don't think this Lord Self-Forest is gonna die. I feel like they're just too far ahead right now. So we might see an Immortal come out from Lord Self-Forest. They're looking for more, and if Illuna doesn't make
2
this
more.
TP out in time, she will go down. The stun comes out.
Ah,
Vol
Volca kills
Vol
kill.
Volca griefing the Immortal.
That's
I think Magnus even stopped auto attacking there to try to give Lord
yeah.
the Q to just take the kill.
I think we can guess their communications after that. They're like,
Yeah,
fuck you, Volca.
yep. And Volca's usually yelling at Dutch, right?
Yeah.
But Dutch is just farming this game, so
Mm-hmm. He's
nothing
kill.
really to yell at him for.
Alright, they're going on a Kinesis,
Yep.
and Kinesis dies.
The grip's going to
Cleansing
be
Wind.
removed by the cleansing wind. Yep, Mage Bane going to use the Geometer's Bane here. Will they be able to re-engage? They have a Magnus stun up in 3 seconds with the portal key. Here comes the
Goodbye,
avalanche
boy.
onto Clanks. Clanks is going to go down. Electrician will get mana rifted. It's a hatcher coming out for Dutch on the Mage Bane. Are they going to make it a quad kill? Lord Sulfuris is leading the front lines. The Helen North doing some decent damage, but not
G.
going to be
G.
enough.
Well,
GG's come out,
playing.
and game number 1 here will go to Big Ego Crew in a 22-minute victory. And I gotta say, a dominating performance coming out from both the Mage Bane and the Lord Sulfuris, but uh, I think Mex's rotations in the early game really setting the tone here in game number 1. What do you think?
Oh yeah, he built the ground on which the castle was built, and I do think that Legion's draft just didn't work out this time. I don't think they could have laned it better, um, and not lose 2 lanes too hard.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah,
yeah, I agree. I feel like they needed to try lane the Clanks this game and then just give the other 2 lanes 1 versus 1 matchups and really just try to control the Mage Bane, right?
yeah,
Keep the Clanks and the
based,
Mage Bane on equal footing. Because the Thunderclaw will always come faster than the Cleaver if the 2 carries are sitting on equal farm.
yeah, indeed. And one more thing is that I wanted to talk about this when Max first gank with the double damage rune is that the Legion team didn't place a rune ward yet at that point, and they didn't see that he had a double damage. So it's really important to see the first rune like that and even control it.
Yeah. So I think we saw great room control there in game number 1 from Big Eagle Crew. The haste room's a little bit more noticeable as the
Yeah,
Magnus and the Lord Forest finding themselves a couple of those, setting up lots
and
of kills.
Max got 2 kills with the DD, the first rune. So that was amazing. And also after they ended up actually placing a rune ward, it got countered because Max already had a rune ward there, so he saw them place it. So that's also a bit unfortunate. And yeah, that first rune really, Max's rotation with that first rune set the tone quite a bit for this game. Even though I do think that the Belphegor was doing fine against the Sulfuris, the ganks really just put him down and not let him progress with his items.
Yeah, and they were unable to. I keep getting no response from server. That's really annoying. Um, they were not really able to group up with the Balfagor and kind of do what we expected them to do, which was just do like the pub train with the towers and kind of punish the Mage Bane pick, right?
Yeah, I'm not getting a response either, I think. No, I
Okay,
am.
I'm in now. I third third time's the charm apparently with the server.
So yeah, I would like to see like this game first was probably not too conclusive for Shorkan's experiment to maybe try another Mage Bane try versus try, see if it actually works or they were just outplaying them that time or something like that. Because one game is not really conclusive. And I would like to see Imbaboy try the Belphegor again with perhaps better
Lane
laning
setups. Yeah.
strategy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it was I don't think it was executed good enough to be conclusive.
yeah, and you almost like to talk about your point there. It's you almost wonder if Big Ego Crew was expecting Team Tim to run a tri lane and kind of match theirs and kind of see does this work? Will Mage Bane try v try, in another sample size, does it work? And maybe they didn't get to test that in this game.
Yeah, unfortunately not, probably. And I don't think they were testing too many other things. Maybe the Thunder Suicide, but I do also think that they really expected a try versus try, so that's why they picked Tundra because then he would be 1v1, and we saw him suffer quite a bit in the first 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a sign that they probably expected him to be 1v1.
I think so. Yeah, I agree with you there. And then when they realized it was not a 1v1, they started making attempts to kind of set up kills on the Clanks even pre level 6 on the Tundra. So
Oh yes,
perhaps trying to catch them off guard even to some degree.
But
But
yeah,
I think we covered game number one pretty well. We'll go on a really short break here. The lobby's already up, guys. I know you guys can't see it, but we are going to start here game number two really shortly. So we'll go on a quick break and stay tuned for game number two.